Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clairose.
And this is our non-spoiler review of Superman by James Gunn and the new DC Universe.
Yeah, hard launch.
Not to be confused with the DC Extended Universe.
Yeah.
Which was the last attempt.
Yeah, very different things.
This is a movie that we're going to talk about in a second, but before we do, we are on the march towards 100,000 subscribers. And so I'm going to start talking about that more at the beginning of videos.
Yeah.
Because YouTube says I should. So subscribe.
Yeah, and we do what YouTube says.
Press the button. Do it.
Do it.
This is a movie, a second Superman movie in a series of Superman movies, but you'll never see the first one. We start off Superman 2025, 3 years into Superman being Superman. Everybody else is already everybody else. And they just go. If you want a movie that eases you into the DC universe to start you off, nope.
No, this is definitely not that. This will be a non-spoiler review. If you want spoilers, we'll talk about that on Sunday.
Ooh,
you can come
live?
Here. Live.
Yeah.
Live. 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you there. We'll chat about it. We're going to go see it again.
Look at that. Another reason to hit the subscribe button.
Exactly. But, yeah. This movie is like... We're just going for it.
Yeah. David Corenswet has taken over the role of Big Blue, Superman himself, as well as Clark Kent, because that is how that works. I would actually enjoy seeing a Superman movie where they try to have it be two different actors. That would be actually an interesting experiment.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird, but like, yeah.
Yeah. Other roles are filled out with a cast of characters that you've probably seen in a bunch of things, mostly comedies, because this movie is very funny.
Yes.
If you are looking for the funniest Superman movie ever, you are going to find it in Superman. And I will say, some people aren't going to like that. Some critics I've seen online are way meaner about that than I think is actually fair. The comedy is not nearly as disruptive to the film as I was worried it was going to be based on some early critic reviews I saw on YouTube who were like, every single scene is ruined by comedy. No,
I would not say that is the case at all.
There are a couple. There are a couple of moments that could have been more emotional if they weren't as funny as they were.
Sure.
But it's not every time.
No, and it's not what the film is trying to be. Like, it is trying to have its own feel, and I think it's very successful at that, if I'm being honest.
Yes. Rachel Brosnahan takes over as I was about to say titular, but she's not really titular in this one. She's titular in the Dean Cain one. And Dean Cain, you okay? You doing all right, buddy? Crashing out? Sorry. Rachel Brosnahan, everyone fell in love with her in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And that same energy that made her so successful in that role, she brings again here without sort of the period element of it.
Yeah.
This is a truly no-nonsense reporter character who is unfazed by just about anything.
Yeah.
And she absolutely crushes the vibe. But even more so than her quality as Lois Lane, I think that her chemistry with David Corenswet is maybe the strongest Lois and Clark chemistry I've ever seen on screen.
Yeah.
Big or small.
Yeah. I know. I think they're phenomenal together.
And just the scenes between the two of them worked so well for me that you could run a 10-film series off the two of them, and no matter what like the superhero problems are, I don't think I could ever get bored of watching them interact with one another.
Yeah, 100%. Honestly, like, pretty much everybody brings it in this movie. Pretty much everybody.
Pretty much everybody.
There is definitely an exception to that, which we can talk about in the spoilers.
There are a few blemishes in this film. If you want a perfect Superman... I did say this was the funny Superman movie. I don't think it is a perfect Superman movie. It might be my favorite.
Yeah.
I still think the Richard Donner original film is like the best, just because from a technical level, with what they had at the time, and with just how successful that film is, it truly is a miracle. The Superman 1 is amazing. But Superman 1 is also kind of a dumb comedy at times. And anyone pretending that movie is like 100% serious are being absurd in a way. This movie does have a couple of blemishes, though. One is it is a lot. And some of it feels... It isn't too much for me in that I felt like there were parts of it that I didn't want to be in the movie. But it is too much in that the script does let down some side characters more than others.
Yes.
And there is some very, very bad dialogue in this movie. There's exceptional dialogue, too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exceptional dialogue.
Yeah, you get a lot of both ends of the spectrum in this one, which is very surprising, I will say.
But there are some lines where characters are like, I don't have enough screen time to have any complexity, so I'm just going to tell you, audience, why I'm doing this. Mm-hmm. There's one scene in particular early in the film where...
I was like, oh.
Yeah, we were like... Oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
that was like really bad.
Yeah.
But the character that has the clunkiest line in the whole movie doesn't really have many other lines in the movie. So I was like, well, I guess we did need to understand her.
Sure.
But some more screen time for her would have been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were definitely moments like that felt like they could have had a second pass.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. You know, another crack at it would have been nice.
Here's the thing. I actually don't think that's what it is. I think that there were many passes taken. Mm-hmm. And I think that the decision that James Gunn had to make was, do I make this scene longer and lose pacing? Or do I just... I think he knows it's a bad line. Right? Yeah. I think that it is the math of him being like, I want all of these things in my movie... And in order to pull that off, this character has to say something really quick that's a little bit dumb.
Yeah.
And the audience might groan at the clunker of a line.
Yeah.
But the movie's going to move on from it so fast that it won't matter. I actually think that I wouldn't be surprised if it was the 12th pass on that line.
Yeah.
And he just realized that the faster I can get the audience to groan about the line not being good and move on, the better.
Yeah.
And genuinely, I think that might have been the equation that made that up.
Yeah, I think that's fair because the movie does move very quickly.
Very quickly. It never stops.
No, it never stops. There is a lot that happens. There's a lot of people in it. And so every time I saw the trailers, I was like, damn, they're really trying to pack a lot into this. And they did. And I think that they were quite successful at making this work. Even with it being like kind of the first one to launch the DC universe. Yeah,
I think the characters that surprised me the most in terms of their ability to flesh them out quickly and in small ways and very successfully was the Justice Gang.
I'm going to say Mr. Fantastic for sure.
Who?
Sorry?
Did you say Mr. Fantastic?
Isn't that?
That movie's in 2 weeks, babe.
You can't
Mr.
do this
Terrific.
To me. Terrific. Yeah. They also sound the same. I hate it. I'm pretty sure while I was watching the movie as well, I was like definitely getting his name wrong.
Sorry for spoiling that Pedro Pascal shows up. No. No.
What? No.
No, Mr. Terrific is...
He gets all stretchy.
Probably my 3rd favorite character in the movie. I think it goes like Clark, Lois, Mr. Terrific.
Yeah. Okay.
And the stuff they do with... Look, I'm a big Mr. Terrific fan. I think he's a great character. I even like the Flash version of him on the CW. I just love having him around. Mm-hmm. This version of him, or the Arrow, not Flash. This version of him is so successful. It is funny. Mm-hmm. He gets some of the funniest lines in this movie that are not like they're not jokes. He just has reactions or like just aura farming moments that are inherently humorous in a way that is wildly successful. Uh-huh. And in my opinion, the coolest fight scene in the movie is his stuff.
Yeah.
But we also get Hawkgirl and we get Guy Gardner. And Hawkgirl, Isabella Merced from The Last of Us Season 2 as Dina, she is not the biggest part of the movie.
No.
But I felt like she got a lot of really good Hawkgirl moments and set up Hawkgirl for future appearances.
Yeah, she brought it.
And Guy Gardner, who is a Green Lantern I'm sure you've never heard of before.
No, yeah.
Nathan, look, guys.
I don't know any of the Green Lanterns.
Nathan Fillion nailed it, okay? Yeah. If you were like, I don't know if he's Guy Gardner, he's Guy Gardner. I won't hear anything else, okay?
All right.
He actually... He crushed it. Mm-hmm. And there's an arc in the comics where Guy Gardner becomes a bartender. I want that arc now for this version of Guy Gardner so badly. Right. Nathan Fillion is... It's not a huge role. It isn't. But it is so Guy. And this is where we don't need to talk that much more non-spoilers because we've said a lot. The action looks great. A lot of the CGI moments that didn't look great in the trailers are significantly better in the final movie.
Yeah.
The flying shot that everyone whined about in the first trailer looks significantly better in the movie.
Yeah, it looks great. You guys need to chill out with trailers.
We turned to each other and were like, oh, okay, yeah, they fixed it.
Yeah.
the music, in my opinion, was great.
Yeah.
Thought the score was fantastic.
Yeah.
But the reality of this movie is that it is a cartoon brought to life.
Yeah. It feels it feels like a cartoon.
Yeah.
It feels like silly at times, but in a way that I was expecting and I thought was charming and that really worked for the film.
Yeah. Crypto is just a delight. Brought so much joy to the film for me.
Yeah, okay.
For me.
I was gonna say a menace, but like.
Oh, absolutely, but that's why I found it delightful.
Sure.
Right? Like the this menacing dog. This is the closest any superhero media has felt to the Superman cartoon I grew up on. Right? This is the most I've ever been like, oh, this is my childhood Superman.
Yeah.
And you know, because a lot of the Superman were either my dad's Superman or they were the Man of Steel Superman, which is the version of him from the comics I never got into.
Yeah.
Which was the, like, broody, like, I'm sad and I'm just Batman, but I'm Superman.
Yeah.
Which a lot of writers in the 90s turned Superman into, is like sad Batman, but with superpowers. And this version of him felt like the Midwest.
Yeah.
This version of Clark, I gotta shout him out.
His family, yes.
His parents
Yeah.
are so Midwest.
Nailed it.
Like, could have been ripped out of my childhood as, like, they are real, just two nice farmers from the Midwest. You meet them in a couple of scenes and you're like, fuck yeah, I get why he's Superman.
Yeah.
Of course those people raised fucking Superman, man.
Yeah.
I love this movie. It isn't perfect.
No.
It has all of the problems people are complaining about already on YouTube to a lesser degree than the people are complaining about them.
Yeah.
But man,
I loved it. It is not perfect, but I had such a blast watching it, and I'm genuinely so excited to go see it again. Like I can't fucking wait. I think James Gunn made a choice, and he made it for a specific audience.
Yeah.
And there will be people who do not like it, and we just all need to accept that not all art is for everybody.
Yeah. I cried multiple times.
Yeah.
I genuinely did. And not because it's like an exceptionally sad movie, but I cried at the concept of hope.
It was beautiful.
And the messaging around what we should be that this movie portrayed. And the way that Superman inspired the people around him.
Yeah.
And to me, Superman should always be an inspiration to be better. Mm-hmm. And this movie pulls that off exceptionally.
I think it's a movie we need right now.
Yeah. No, I loved it. I genuinely, I understand that there's criticisms. I'm not saying that those people are wrong. I am just saying that a movie doesn't have to be a 10 out of 10 to be a 10 out of 10 in your heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is one of those movies that to me, like, are there structural problems? Yeah, maybe a couple. There's a couple cracks in the foundation, but I would still move into the house.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would love it and live there for, the next 25 years of DCU.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I'm very grateful that this movie exists. Mm-hmm. And I there are some things we're going to talk about in spoiler chat that I'm like, could have cut that.
Yeah, come back on Sunday.
Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that.
You see it. You can know that it's coming, and then you can come hang out, and we can like chit chat and talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have a blast. Don't miss it. But for now, we have to go to book club. So if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave mean comments down below because the algorithm goddess is hungry and we must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is Lois. Oh, we didn't mention Lex. Nicholas Hoult is really good as Lex.
Yeah, honestly, he was great.
He overcomes some clunky dialogue through sheer force of acting. Yeah. And I gotta hand it to him.
He acted.
He did act.
Yes.
Also, the kaiju fight from the trailer, that kaiju's actually kind of crazy cute. I thought he was adorable.
When it first showed up, I was like, oh, it's like Stitch. That was what it looked like.
It's
to me.
big Stitch. It's really, really, really big Stitch.
It looks like Stitch.
Yeah. I kind of want to stuff that kaiju.
Great.
Do something tonight.
Bye, guys.
Bye.